Sylvester Stallone was once married to a Danish gal named Bridget Nielsen. Today it was Brian Nielsen hoping for a Rocky-like performance against Mike Tyson, the Danish fighter, a heavy underdog to boxing's heavy, despite having lost just once in 63 professional fights. "I'm not there to put my head on his plate," said Nielsen, obviously familiar with Tyson's taste buds. We'll give you a taste of this one, and it was Mike Tyson with a 7th-round TKO over the Big Dane, who falls to 62-2. Tyson now 49-3. Knocked him down in the third, just the second time in 174 professional and amateur fights that Nielsen went down. What happened here was that he had a swollen eye, Nielsen, and could not answer the bell for the 7th because of that eye. Tyson now has an eye on the winner of the Hasim Rahman-Lennox Lewis fight. That is November 17.
Now for some monkey business from Denmark. Mike Tyson must have eaten a few Danish because he weighed in at a career-high 239 pounds before his fight with Brian Nielsen. But he doesn't speak Danish, and therein was the problem, or the motivation. Nielsen called Tyson a monkey man on Thursday in his native tongue. Tyson later took the comment as a racial slur, although Nielsen's camp said, "No racial slur intended, you're just a monkey man." Well, the time for talk was over on Saturday, and 260-pound Super Brian, as he was known in Denmark, not much of a contest for Iron Mike. Cut up a little bit in the second round and mostly was a punching bag, and yeah, Tyson handled his business. Cut the Dane over his left eye in the second round and flattened him in the third. Referee finally ended the scheduled 10-rounder after 6, although it's officially ruled a TKO 1 second into the 7th round. So Mike Tyson indeed takes care of business, improved to 49-3 with 43 KOs, while Nielsen's record dropped to 62-2. 6 rounds of work was the longest outing for Tyson since losing to Evander Holyfield 5 years ago. Hadn't fought since last October against Andrew Galata. Remember that thing. And folks, I got to tell you this, since returning from suspension in January of 1999, Mike Tyson has fought just 17 rounds. Now, Tyson says he plans on staying in Europe and chilling out for a while. He hopes to face the winner of the November 17th rematch between Lennox Lewis and Hasim Rahman. He is the mandatory #1 for that. Now, it would seem a Lewis fight more likely to arrange because Rahman is managed by old pal Don King.
Mike Tyson has fought 5 times since being disqualified against Evander Holyfield back in 1997. And those 5 fights lasted a total of less than 30 minutes, which averages out to close to 7 minutes of boxing a year over this span. The 35-year-old Tyson was in Copenhagen Saturday to meet Denmark's Brian Nielsen, a bronze medalist in the 1992 Olympics. Well, he went a little bit longer than people gave him credit for. 7 rounds. Tyson is your winner. We will bring you the highlights of this fight coming up a little bit later on. This was Tyson's longest fight since losing to Evander Holyfield. Tyson won every round. Tyson improved to 49-3 with 43 KOs. Nielsen, some people joke that he was the Danish pastry. Falls to 62-2, and in one of those victories, he did beat an aging Larry Holmes. I think Larry approaching 50. Nielsen still hasn't been knocked down.
Tyson's opponent, Brian Nielsen, called Tyson an abacat during an argument at their news conference Friday. Now, you don't just call someone an abacat and be done with it. Roughly translated from the Danish, it means monkey man or someone who acts foolishly. Tyson took it as a racial slur, saying, quote, "This will make me punish him more than I had planned." Uh-oh. Let's show you some highlights from Copenhagen, and there is the Danish pastry. That's the nickname he's got, and Tyson battering him in the 3rd round. Whoa! The Danish butterbean going down, and this fight was stopped after 6 rounds because Nielsen basically could not see out of a swollen eye. He asked for the fight to be stopped, and it was. This is the longest fight Tyson has had since losing to Evander Holyfield 5 years ago. That was Tyson Holyfield 1. The 35-year-old Iron Mike now 49-3.
To Copenhagen, Denmark, Mike Tyson's first fight in a year, taking on Brian Nielsen at 239 pounds. Tyson nearly 20 pounds heavier than his normal fighting weight. He bloodied Nielsen in the 2nd, and then in the 3rd round, he sent the Dane to the canvas with the left-right combos to Nielsen's noggin, and down he goes. Take another look. He lands 4 straight shots to the Dane's head. Nielsen's eye was swollen shut. Tyson said he felt rusty and unsure and that he needs 2 more fights before he gets a shot at a title bout. To Copenhagen, Denmark, Mike Tyson, his first fight in a year, taking on Brian Nielsen, 239 pounds. Tyson was nearly 20 pounds heavier than his normal fighting weight. Tyson bloodied Nielsen in the second round. And then in the third, he sent the Dane to the canvas with a series of left-right combinations. The fight was stopped after the sixth round as Nielsen's eye was swollen shut. Tyson said he felt rusty and unsure and that he needs 2 more fights before he gets a shot at the title bout.
In Denmark last night, heavyweight fight between Mike Tyson and Brian Nielsen in Copenhagen. Early the second round, Tyson in control. Iron Mike lands a combination to the head of Nielsen, then a clubbing right to the head, and that would open a big cut over the Great Dane's left eye. Round 3 now. Tyson lands a series of left-right combinations to Nielsen's head. Nielsen goes down for just the second time in his pro career he is knocked down. Take another look. Oof. After the 6th round, Nielsen's eye prevented him from continuing, though stopped between rounds. The fight was declared a TKO 1 second into the 7th round. Tyson's longest fight since losing his title to Evander Holyfield 5 years ago. Iron Mike was far from impressive, but kept his spot as a mandatory #1 challenger for the winner of next month's fight between Hasim Rahman and Lennox Lewis.